for the second day of substitution method, we're just going to re-practice the skill. So what is the solution of the linear system and use the substitution method? So first step was to find the equation that had x or y by itself. But if you look at these two equations, we do not have an equation that has x or y by itself. So now I need to look for an equation that has a coefficient of 1, meaning what variable has a 1 that's invisible in front of it. And the only one that I see is this one right here. There's a positive y. And so I want to get this equation so that y is by itself. And to do that, I'm going to move the 2x over to the other side. And we get negative 2x minus 1. Okay, so now we're back to the same steps. What's the expression that equals y? It's negative 2x minus 1. Second step, use the equation you have not used. So the top equation, we plug this in for y. And so we have negative 2x minus 1. Then we distribute our 6, so negative 12 x. And then 6 times negative 1 is negative 6. Here we can combine like terms on the same side. So that would be negative 15x minus 6 equals 24. Now we're at two-step equation. So we're going to add 6. We add, we get 30. And if we divide by negative 15, x is negative 2. Okay, so step 3 says go back and use the first equation. So I'm going to go back and use the first equation. 2x plus y equals negative 1. I'm plugging the negative 2 into x. So 2 times negative 2 plus y equals negative 1. So if I simplify that, we get negative 4 plus y equals negative 1. And to get y by itself, we're going to add 4. So y equals 3. And as we know, an ordered pair has to be written as x and y. So we have negative 2, 3. For part B, again, step 1, is there an equation that has x or y by itself? And there is not. But the second equation has a negative 1x. We could easily make that a positive x. So let's use the second equation. And if we want x by itself, we got to move the 8 over. So let's subtract 8y. We have negative x. Then we have negative 8y plus 19. But we still have a negative, so we're going to make that a negative 1, and we're going to divide by negative 1. So x equals 8y minus 19. Step 2. We're going to take the expression and plug it in for x in the other equation. So 5 times 8y minus 19. Then we have minus 7y equals 4. So now we distribute our 5. And then let me calculate 5 times 19. So 5 times negative 19 is negative 95. If we combine like terms, 40 minus 7 is 33y. minus 95 equals 4. Then if we add 95 to 4, we get 99. Lastly, we divide by 33, and y equals 3. So if you notice, like, we got y this time first, not x. And so when you do your ordered pair, you want to make sure that that 3 is in the y section. Okay? So step 3, go back to the first equation and plug this in for y. So negative x plus 8 times 3 equals 19. If we multiply, we get 24. Then 19 minus 24, so negative x. Subtract, we get negative 5. And then to get the x by itself, you're going to divide by negative 1 again. And so x is 5. So 5, 3. All right, the last one there, letter C. It says, okay, step 1. Do we have an equation with x or y by itself? No. But if you look at the second equation, we could divide everything by 2 and get x by itself. So for this one, it would be the easiest to do this. Divide everything by 2. So I divide by 2, and x is now 4y minus 3. And the expression that equals x, 4y minus 3. Step 2, use the other equation. Plug the expression from step 1 into x. So negative 2, parentheses, my new expression, and then plus 3y equals 11. Multiply. Negative times negative is positive. Watch your signs. Combine like terms on the same side. Negative 8 plus 3 is negative 5. Plus 6 equals 11. If I subtract by 6, negative 5y equals 5. Lastly, divide by negative 5, and y is negative 1. Step 3 says, go back to the original equation in step 1. Plug y, negative 1, into the next equation. So 2x equals 8 times negative 1 minus 6. Simplify. This becomes negative 8 minus 6. These are like terms. And if I combine them, that becomes negative 14. Divide by 2, and x is negative 7. When you write your ordered pair, make sure you have x and then y. So this would be negative 7 and negative 1.